So if we could change anything within today's society, what would you change? Yeah. Obviously, this is quite the generic question, but this is just a question that is going to open up more conversations I'm going to take from this. So, yeah.
Okay.
But what is something you would change in today's society?
Am I going first again?
No, actually, I'm going to go first.
Yes, okay, good.
I'm just kind of thinking of it before I start. What I would change in today's...
So much.
Trust me, the list is never ending.
Let me get my book out.
There's so much. There's actually so much. But one thing I would change is this whole my lifestyle's better than yours. And I feel like on Instagram,
everyone doing that bow.
Yeah, we've all come across an individual that we've seen on Instagram that has kind of like shown that their lifestyle is the way they want it to be, but it's a thing where it's like it's not being done in the most encouraging way. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if you want to do that, that's your own, but it's just like there's so many pressures on Instagram faced already. So to encounter something like that, it's just like, wow, it's like a big, massive blow in the face. And I just feel, yeah, their togetherness is needed. Like, I do feel we kind of need to help each other so we can just overcome stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So there's none, like, of this, oh, I can't reach it, or other people being jealous, or we just need to help each other and just overcome traits like that, you know what I mean? Because we're not going to sit here and act like those traits don't exist. And even though it's not healthy, it's human to have those traits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, if you're working hard for something, you're allowed to go out and do it. And if you want to show it, show it.
Yeah.
But then there is, I understand what you're saying, though, there is that thing where it's like, it just creates such a pressure for you to have your shit sorted at such a young age.
Yeah, definitely. You know, especially when you're seeing it, because it can be motivating, it can be inspiring, but, you know, there's times when we have looked at it and been like, okay, what am I actually doing in my life now? Because I want to be at a point where my family's proud, I'm proud of myself, and I'm literally completely looking at my life and I'm thinking, this is not the way I want to live. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like, even though there are workshops and stuff out there, I just feel like we need something in today's society that we can all relate to and kind of work on together, if that makes sense. Someone being like, okay, you know what, this is what we encounter with expectations of the way females image is shown. Let's, you know, post like a daily blog on how people feel insecure about themselves and how they can then feel secure about themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say, I don't know, secondary school girls could say what they find insecure, and then our age, young adults can then answer them and how they can feel secure about themselves, and then we can then say what we feel insecure about. Then the older generation say how we can, do you know what I mean, to help ourselves, kind of thing. Not even just with females, but with males as well. When it comes to their insecurities on feeling they're not doing enough just because they're working, or they feel that there's less opportunities. Let's push each other to make those opportunities and create it. Do you know what I mean?
No, it makes sense.
So I definitely feel that's something that we actually need to. That if I could change it, that's the first one.
We just need to be more unified. Like, damn, everyone's just so competitive.
Too much segregation, man. It's too much.
Too much. What's something I would change? I feel like, yeah, you already know, I'd change the school system, 100%. Because, like, okay, as a creative, because this is what I'm passionate about, guys, I literally raise awareness about the creative opportunities within the creative and music industry, because we don't get to it like that in school. So, like, I would, because I don't really believe, like, so say, for example, like, if you do science, the people have a whole module of, like, curriculum.
Curriculum, yeah.
Yeah, that you need to be meeting in order for you to pass, right? Yeah. So there's a whole, like, marking scheme that they need to tick off. When it comes to, like, photography, when it comes to art, when it comes to graphic design, you're being marked on someone's opinion. Yeah. So your whole destiny and the way that you feel about yourself now, as a young person, teachers are meant to be there to nurture you, yeah? You go to school and you're around strangers. You're around strangers everywhere you go. And these people you're relying on to form your future, yeah? And what if they don't have your perception?
Exactly.
Like, their perception now dictates how you're going to get your grade.
Yeah.
And then your grade is something that people see on paper and that defines you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's great.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
Like,
yeah.
And I just feel like at that age, like when you're young, like you're doing your GCSEs, you're like what, 15?
Yeah.
Like,
you're very young.
Yeah, you're very young,
you know.
Young. Like, and you don't think you're young,
Yeah,
but you are young.
You are, when
You've
you
been
actually
on this world
deep
for
it.
15 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. You were 10 5 years ago. Alright? You were young. Okay? But like, you are literally just getting marked on someone else's opinion.
Yeah.
And like, for me, I always say beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm.
So things that I think good looking, you're not going to find good looking.
Yeah, definitely.
Things I think are flavoursome, you will think are ugly. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, ugh, like, how do you like that?
Yeah.
Drinks, food, life. Yeah, it all matters on the way that you perceive things.
Yeah, definitely.
And the whole creative like sector is marked on opinion. Like doing media, for example, at GCSE. Like you're writing how you're perceiving the thing. And then you are now getting graded on the way that you have constructed your sentence to see if you've got enough evidence to make your point. And you're like, but you can't see how I see it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I get you.
Like,
definitely.
I would just change that whole thing because I just think as a creative, if you're going to get graded on someone else's opinion, like I think, like, doing interviews, I always say to people, like, what do you think of the educational system? Because that's my thing. And, like, people be like, I was so confident in myself and what my work was. I got a really good interview with some girl called Emily Light. She's amazing. But she said she was so confident in what she was doing. And she's lucky she was confident. So she was really, like, she was really adamant on what she was doing. But if she never... But her teachers didn't like what she was doing.
Oh.
They kept on saying to her, no, what are you doing? Like, this isn't it. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. And she was like, you can't tell me my vision. I see my vision. You don't see my vision.
Yeah.
And, like, she said, like, if I wasn't as headstrong as I am, like, I would have been so disheartened.
Yeah,
and that you're paying to go uni to receive that feedback.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It's a lot.
And then this is the person now that's going to dictate whether you get a degree or not.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
We can understand.
And then, like, people have different
Yeah.
mindsets. People have open mindsets, closed mindsets. And if you've got a teacher with a closed mindset, you'll mash up.
Yeah, definitely. I always say as well, when it comes to grading, I don't think it's good for you to put your opinion. No, not your opinion, but to, like, you kind of favoritize the students, isn't it? Some of the teachers, when they go, actually, I really like this person. The work may not be all that, but because I like them, it overweighs.
You can do better.
Yeah.
I know you can.
I'm sorry, but if you're a teacher, there's no such thing as favoritism.
You can't be favoritising.
You can't be favoritising because your job, when you got your qualifications, to make sure that all the students pass, not one of them, not two of them, all of them. You
teachers that come there, they're like, I get paid to be here anyway, even if you're not listening.
Yeah, it's just when they would say back in the day, you don't have to be here. Listen.
I
do, because my parents said if my ass is not in school, then there's problems.
Literally. I'm trying to get beats and I go home.
Do you know what I mean? Literally. You can't be giving me that option because otherwise someone would have turned up to a lesson. Do you know what I mean? I would be at home in my bed.
Yeah.
But you know what? We actually don't have a choice because if it's not our parents will get fined by the government. So what are you actually saying to us? Like, you're
just being disheartening.
Yeah.
It's so rude.
It is.
Like, it's so rude. Like, I had a teacher that loved me and I had a teacher that really didn't like me for the same subject. And the one teacher, I dropped the subject because I hate the teachers so much because I know that they didn't like me.
Yeah.
And I didn't think they had my best interest at heart because they favoritized so many other students and it was so clear.
Yeah.
But the other teacher, she literally begged me to not drop the subject. And I was like, I literally hate your colleague so much, I'm dropping the subject.
Yeah.
Like, I come to school and I feel like shit because of him.
Yeah.
And it's either I drop it or I make him...
I've been through something like that. There's a lesson and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to go to the lesson because I'm just going to get cussed. Yeah, and this is not why I've come to school, to get cussed.
And like he would make me purposely feel like stupid. And I'm like, isn't your job to make me not stupid?
Yeah. No, so I definitely understand the passion to change the educational system. Yeah, definitely. No, definitely.
I go off on like a tangent, guys. Bring me back in.
No, it's alright. Because, I was speaking to my friend actually about the educational system.
It's just,
and my dad, and it really does. And it's just goes into so much deeper things and just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't think this is built for me.
Yeah, and like even like labelling like students as like that's a naughty student. Like why are they naughty? What's going on with them? What's happening? Like ask. Don't assume.
Chelsea's trying to take us into deeper
perspective. Yeah,
we
go therapy
right now. She's gonna take us deeper into it. Literally,
it's so crazy.
When you get taken out of the class, you want me to learn. but you've kicked me out of the class for talking, right? But I could have been helping another student. So
Mm.
now I've been taken out of the class to not be educated, but to waste time and just be in front of the wall, just in an office. So what now? I've missed the lesson.
What now?
And do you know what I mean?
The whole reason you sent me out is because you said I wasn't learning. Now I'm in the room. What now?
I'm not learning anything. I'm just on my phone. What happened now?
Where do we go from
Speaking
here?
to my classmate in the same lesson you kicked me out of, saying, where should I meet you to go to the next one? So what now?
Literally.
Like, where can I meet you? The hallway, yeah? Alright, cool. Actually, come to the toilet and we'll meet you there.
Literally.
Because, do you know what I mean? Like, when I actually think about it, the
I will make you
teachers
think so
could
much
have
about
actually
this.
been... No, not even could have. They were actually bullies, some of them. Were
Yeah.
actually 15, 16-year-olds. That's mad.
They're mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're big women. Big men as well.
It's
And you're
mad.
bullying because you are insecure because you don't like your life. You're right.
That's
Don't try and make me
crazy.
like I hate it. Like they literally can trigger. So if you're not strong minded and you don't have a strong support system,
You're done.
could you imagine how it is?
Mm.
And a lot of them as well, like I have family that work in schools, and a lot of them just assume like, oh yeah, like this background, this person has this background, this person comes from this background, this person comes from like a lower economic household, this person comes from like single mums, single dads, you know, and you're just like, again, you're labeling me, you're trying to put me in a box. I'm not made to be in a box.
Exactly.
Like, because you don't understand me, it's just because you've not been exposed to someone like me.
Definitely.
Like,
do better.
do
better. Did you do sociology, by the way?
No, but
Oh my gosh, you should have it! I'm telling you, sociology would really make you go, oh, do you know what? Oh, I would really do that in college, no, uni again, or philosophy, but it's just too long. I'm not trying to be 4 years.
I would have loved it, but I didn't want to pay. I wanted to get paid.
Lucky for some, isn't it? Still got to pay the 69 grand.
It's mad.
Do you know what? I still don't understand. Sorry, guys, before we get into the other one, yeah? But I've just got to put this frustration forward. Like, I don't understand. We live in London. We have all the opportunities. Yeah, even people from outside London are coming into London Central for these opportunities, yeah? Despite all the attractions, what about the government actually putting more into us?
Oh.
You know, like...
Oh, you're going to get me fired up again.
Because it's just like... You know, like all the attractions, Big Ben doesn't represent all of our households, you know. We don't have Big Ben money.
Yeah.
And even Big Ben's being worked on right now. What about us?
Where's the studios for young people?
Studios.
How about you want to get rid of crime rate? Give them something to do.
What about, you know, us being able to, you know, journalists write for their, like, newspapers in the area, you know, journalists? Well, what about people in the business? Can you help them, like, have a business down the road to go and maybe shadow another businesswoman?
We're just going to get rich and make this happen.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm not gonna lie. You better subscribe to our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah, honestly, because I'll question everything, even the corner shop. How'd you get a corner shop on the road, mate? Bring me in.
Yeah.
Bring me in, because...
Do you do this? I literally walk down the street and I see people doing stuff and I'm deep in. I'm like, this is a job.
Yeah.
This is a job. Someone, like this glass. Someone designed this glass.
Yeah.
Someone printed this glass.
Yeah.
Someone advertised this glass. Someone put this on a shelf. Do you know how many jobs are in that?
I'm telling you.
There's crisps.
Don't get me even started. Do you know what? Fun fact.
Too much.
Did you know that cornflakes aren't actually made? Like, my sister was telling me this. They're made individually from, like, some kind of formed paper, and they have to do it where it's shaped like a cornflake individually to make cornflakes. Did you actually know that?
That's someone's job, guys.
That's someone's job in the factory. That's what they have to do. So everything just takes time. We're thinking, oh yeah, we could just buy it off the shelf, Sainsbury's. But someone
There's
wakes
so much
up
behind it.
every single day at 6 a.m, probably 5, trying to form cornflakes for us to have.
Deep dish, yeah. Everything you see is literally made from someone's imagination. And you're not trying to believe your own imagination of what you can achieve.
Get out.
Don't get out.
You know why? Because in a few years' time, you're going to look at your life and be like, I could have done this. Or have you ever had that thing when you've had a vision and you've gone, yeah, you've forgotten about it, and then next thing you know, you go on the net and you see someone's got the same vision as you, and they've put the work to make it happen. You're thinking, that could have been me, and I could have done that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was too lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
and it's just so important to do that.
You've got to.
You're gifted this imagination that only you can see.
Exactly.
And like, you are not gonna try and listen to it. Are you alright?
You're not alright. Clearly, you're not alright. Come on, guys.
Right?
Come on.
But then you want to look at other people's imagination and be like, oh, why can't I be like them? How about you try
You
to be
do
you?
yourself. Make your own opportunities in life. Yeah. If everyone's got a lane and you can't fit in it, make your own bloody lane. Yeah. Make your own goddamn
Because that's
lane.
what they do. You see the motorways, man-made. Yeah. They made them lanes.
Literally. Don't be saying, it's like what they always say with eyelashes business or anything, or a loaf of bread. People be like, oh, I don't want to do it because another one's got it. But then if you don't do it,
someone else will.
Exactly. So pick and choose, because God's just going to be looking at you like, well, okay, you don't want to do it, no problem.
You can do it then.
Literally.
It's mad,
Literally. You could do it then.
When you think it, it's actually mad.
It is. It's too mad. Oh, I'm looking at my camera battery. Damn. Anyways, okay, I'm going into my fifth question. So my fifth question is, what inspires you to keep going?
Just comparing me to the future me that I see, and knowing how much I want to achieve, and knowing I need to work now to get there. That's what keeps me going.
Amazing.
Having big dreams.
That's amazing. What keeps me going? What inspires me to keep going? Honestly, my family. When I look at my dad, I think like, oh wow, he's done so much to help me progress in life, and he actually like encourages me and pushes me to continue aiming for my dreams, which is to be the best presenter I could possibly be, you know. And I just think to myself, look, he wants the best for me. I need to have the best for myself, and you know, I'm pushing every day to make myself proud, my family proud, and that kind of just inspires me. And then obviously where I could be from, I don't know, 2 years time, 5 years time, because it literally takes this small amount of time to literally get to where you want to be, innit? So it's just like, you know what, when you work for what you want, grafting, getting paid or not getting paid, like you're gonna get to where you need to be. Do you know what I mean? So that kind of inspires me a lot, you know, looking at my life and going, no, this is not it. Like, I need to do better. But at the same time, I'm grateful because it kind of like, do you ever think to yourself, if you was born into a family where you had money and everything given to you, you wouldn't actually be humble to understand what it means to not have that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So
I feel like that all the time.
Living in a council estate, it's like, I'm grateful I do, because at least I know to be humble and I know what it actually means to graft, to get to where I need to be, instead of just having it all handed to me. You know, I mean, I may be able to understand if I did have it all handed to me, but I wouldn't actually be able to, you know. It's to an extent. I wouldn't really know, because I'll just be like, oh yeah, but you know, my dad can just get me. Do you know what I mean?
That's
like,
exactly
that kind of attitude, snobbish attitude. You know, so I'm just grateful for that. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, even coming from where I come from, I'm like, I used to be really annoyed by it, because I would do the comparison of other people. Then when I come to my big office and I was seeing people crying about the most silliest things, I'm like, obviously it's not silly to them. I can't rain on their parade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're crying about this. Like, you're crying because your delivery didn't come, or you're crying because you got moved teams. I'm like, is this what triggers you? I'm like, oh my god, like, do you know what it takes for me to cry? Like, I am a hard nut, and I'm grateful for that. Because, like, it's proper character development, and I'm so strong-minded, I'm really, really, like, so screwed on and so strong, so humble and so grateful. I'm like, you lot don't even know about the world.
Guys,
like,
we are actually so, like, precious, and we actually have been through so much. We should actually be congratulating ourselves, because look
100%.
how far we've come. What, probably 22, 23 years old, or however old you are watching this, you should be proud, because there's a lot of things people wouldn't have been able to manage with or deal with or handle, and yet we have shown that we can, and we've pushed that boundary. So, like, clap yourself, mate. Like, it's really good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
be proud of your achievements.
Yeah, definitely.
Stop comparing yourself to other people, man. Your achievements are your achievements.
Exactly.
Man.
Your achievements. And
you did that.
Is that, do you know what I mean? Like, keep pushing. You don't know who's watching you and going, wow, they're actually inspiring me to go and pick up this project that I've left 5 years
Literally.
and starting it now. Do you know what I
Literally,
mean?
like there was a girl who she was going through some hard time, and I just saw it on her story, and like I've seen her around a few here and there, and but we're not friends like that. But I reached out to her and I was like, you know what, like I see you're going through a lot, and I just want to let you know, like just continue to be strong. You are amazing at what you're doing. Just keep striving and just keep being you. Like you know it's difficult now, but it will make sense soon.
Definitely.
And I was like, I know we're strangers and all of that, but like I can't be me and see that and not say something. And she was like, strangers. She was like, do you know how much you inspire me to do stuff? She was like, you don't even understand what you've done. And I was like, really?
Really? Yeah.
Like, I
literally
really?
anything like you may think, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Even a nice message or anything, it can actually help someone
change
go a long
someone's
way.
yeah. Like smile, guys. Like we live in such a like negative world. Like just smile at people on the street, man.
No, literally.
Be nice.
Yeah, like it's definitely.
If you like something, compliment it. Like you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't be bitter.
Yeah, no, don't be bitter. I'm literally one of those people. If I see something that's nice, I actually be like, even if I don't know you, oh, by the way, I like your hair.
Yeah, I'm like,
like,
girl, you look good today. And they're like, oh, thanks. I'm like,
you've
right.
got to, man. Because, like, you know, why not? Just why not? Especially with how females can be.
It's a bit
sticky.
It's a bit sticky.
We need to cut it out.
It's just so silly.
Yeah, honestly, we just need to help big each other up.
We really do.
Instead of just, like, pushing you know, ourselves down and whatever, you know. But
by any means, yeah. No more dreams, yeah. I would rather die where I stand than go and live on my knees, yeah. All I see, yeah. Envy, jealousy, yeah. They don't wanna see you rise, they wanna see you fall when you're 6 feet deep. Man, I'm talking elevation.